When the stack is full, no more data. We'll go on to stack, and if the stack is full during program execution, then you will get an error which says out of memory. Stack grows downwards because the addresses in the stack segment are decremented from top to bottom. Stack is always implemented as a dynamic data structure, so it is supposed to grow inside the process context, so that we can keep a limit on the size of the stack. If it will grow outwards towards the process context, then the size of the process context could not be fixed. Now let us go to the next level where we see array implementation of stack. You will find it that array implementation of stack involves the push operation, the pop operation. The peek operation is the new operation. In the peek operation, you just look at the top element. What is the top element? But don't pop it out and don't decrement the top pointer. In pop, what happens? You read the top element and decrement the top pointer. But in peek, you just read the top element but don't decrement the top pointer. So these are the basic operations that you implement in stack. You have already done this in project 1. Okay? Then there is a coding example also for the array representation, which you can use for reference. For stack you've already implemented. Linked list representation of stack is also given. Now I have a question for all of you. Please respond to me. The stack follows last in first out principle. I am repeating. Stack follows last in first out principle. When I say stack follows last in first out principle, can you tell me, okay, how can you implement stack? How can you implement stack in a linked list where last in first out happens? Let us say we are talking about in. We are going to push some element inside the stack. So element will always be pushed at the top of the stack. How could you ensure in the linked list that elements always get added to the top of the linked list or end of the linked list? In the insert operation, I had insert in end, insert beginning, insert nth, insert key. Out of the 4, which type of insert would you do to ensure that the insert is always happening at the top of the stack or end of the linked list? It is obvious. Insert end. You will also always do insert end, and if you always do insert delete end also. If you insert elements always at the end of the linked list, and you insert and you delete element always from the end of the linked list, so that will be like last in first out, and that's how stack works, last in first out, and that is how linked list work, last in first out. So the linked list implementation of stack is very easy. Actually, you have already implemented in linked list. Last in first out kind of thing you have already done. So if you insert end and delete end from the linked list, that will be like stack implementation in the linked list. The code segment is nothing but functions are arranged in a way like this. Suppose this is the function hierarchy. Your main function ABC, XYZ. So in the code segment will look something like this. It's not part of discussion of this session, but since you asked me, I am telling you code segment. Things will start from, suppose these are offset. Main function is here. Function X is A is here. Function B is here. Function C is here. Function X is here. Okay. So main function will execute. Then it will say +2. Means function A is called. So function A की जगह पे the current address +2 is mentioned. +2 is this function. Control will jump to +2, 1, 2. This will start executing. It is going to call function X. So here you will have the offset of function X. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, isn't it? Plus 6. Control will jump to plus 6. Fx will start running. Okay. So it will also, when the function will be called here, then the offset of the function will also be passed as argument 2. Here the offset of the function was 0 is passed. So it knows that it has to go back to 2. So when the function will execute, it will go to minus 6. 2, 8 minus 2 is 6. So it will go to minus 6. Minus 6 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It will come here and start executing here. When this will finish, it will go to 2 minus 0, minus 2. Minus 2. Control will jump to minus 2, again it will start running. Then it will call function b. Function b is plus 4, offset is 4. So control will jump to plus 4 here. Function b start running. It will have to return to 0. So it will call function y. So it will call function y is 4 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus c. Control will jump to plus 6. It will come here. It will start running. Return address is 4. So it will, after finishing, it will go to minus 10 minus 4 is 6, minus 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it will continue executing. When it will finish, it will go 4 minus 0 is minus 4. It will return to minus 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, back to main, and main will continue. This is how the code is arranged in the code segment. This is called relocatable address format. कोड सेगमेंट में ऐसे होता है सारा कुछ. हाँ, like somewhat like not exactly seek. It's an offset calculation. Plus इतना current address plus x address or current address minus y address. It always jumps like this. So when you have to implement a stack as in a linked list, what do? Is you implement a stack in a linked list like this. Insert end and delete end is last in first out. So if you do insert end operation and delete end operation, you've already implemented stack in a linked list format. Then one last thing that you have to implement, and this you must implement: stack, multiple stack in an array. Now what happens is, if you implement a stack in an array, then the array has a fixed size, and the amount of data in the stack is always dynamic. So suppose you take a stack of size 100 and you keep data 10 or 20 or 30 or 40 or 50 or 60 or 70 or 80. Most of the time the majority of the stack is empty. So in real time embedded machines, how the stack is implemented is like this. This is actual implementation. You will create an array of some elements and you will implement two stacks in an array. One will grow from 0 to n, another will come downwards from n to 0. So you will have two tops, one moving from 0 location to top, another will moving from top nth location down like this. Okay, so you will always have stack working like this. You will have two stacks implemented in a common array. This is a real implementation of stack. It always works only and only like this. Okay, finally Jayashree is able to connect. So she was having some problem. Sir, heap is part of data segment. Yes, that's correct. Or is it a separate space like stack? No, heap is part of data segment. Data segment have three sections. Everybody keep on asking questions. What is coming to your mind? Because now we are not specific to C. कि C करनी है. Now we have moved to advanced data structures. We are doing system programming or advanced system programming. Both we are doing. So everything comes together. The data segment looks like this. When you talk about data segment, the architecture of data segment is like this. Within the process context, you have data segment. Data segment have three parts. The uppermost is heap. Then you have uninitialized data. Then you have initialized data. These are the three parts of data segment. Always. Okay. Now this is the real implementation of stack. If you have to implement, you have to implement it like this. It says in figure 1, stack n, we have created an array of size n, is used to represent two stacks, stack A and stack B. Stack A grows upwards, stack B comes downwards. The value of n is such that combined size of both the stacks A and B will never exceed n. While operating on the stack, it is important to note that stack A will grow from left to right, bottom to up, and stack B will grow downwards. Extending this concept to the multiple stacks, a stack can also be used to represent n number of stacks. I mean, it is not necessary that you have only two stacks. Suppose you have taken an array of size 100. Then you implement a stack which goes from 0 to 20, another goes from 21 to 40, another goes from 41 to 60, another goes from 61 to 80, and 81 to 9. You can implement n stacks in an array, and that is a very efficient usage. And the combined size of both the stack A and stack B, this should not be more than 100. And every time you increment this stack A or decrement this top of stack B, you must check if they are not overlapping each other. Okay, I have shown an implementation here which you can use for your reference. Okay. So when you open this document, right now it's on the screen sharing, that's why the font size is small. So, but when you open it on your website, you'll be able to see. Okay. So this is all you have in the introductory part of the stack. Not much to do with this. Okay. Yes. नहीं, दोनों स्टैक्स के अंदर एक एक टॉप पॉइंटर होगा. Stack, one stack top pointer will grow, another stack's top pointer will come downwards. So they should not overlap. Na? When they overlap, that means the array is full. So applications of stack is a real place where we start this module 101. In this session, we will discuss typical problems where stacks are actually used, and this is what is your interview stuff. अब अगर interview में जाओगे तो things will be started from here. Can be easily applied for a simple and efficient solution. The topics that we will discuss in this session and next two sessions are revising a list using stack, parenthesis checker. Is your parenthesis balanced? Conversion of the infix expression into postfix expression. This is done for every arithmetic expression. Okay. Then you have evaluation of the postfix expression. Convert your infix to postfix and then solve postfix. Then you convert the infix to prefix and solve prefix. Then recursion and tower of Hanoi are some problems that we will see in the coming examples today, tomorrow, and day after tomorrow. 3 sessions. Okay, first we start with the revising a list. There it is. How do you revise a list? Well, suppose you have some string. If you look at this here, suppose you have a string called string is your string. Now this string you want to store in stack. So this is your stack, and you move in this direction. So you store data in stack like this, string. So you keep doing push into stack until the string is over. After that, you create a buffer, and then you pop until the stack is over. Pop top element G N I R T S. The string is reversed. So when a string is pushed from left to right and popped into another buffer, you end up reversing a string. You get that? That's how it works. So I have given a programming example here. Simple, very simple. Enter the number of elements, enter the number of array in the array, and not given, okay, sorry, it is missed. So, but it is very simple. You can see this, isn't it? Then another example is parenthesis checking, in which we have to check parenthesis that in any given expression is your number of opening and closing braces same or not. So that is implemented. Again, you see the stack will solve your problem and make things so easy. Suppose you have an expression like this: a plus b minus c into d minus e. So let us see. Okay, let us see if the parenthesis is balanced. Every time you find opening brace, push it into the stack. Every time you find a closing brace, pop it from the stack. So this is your stack. Opening brace, push. Do opening brace, push. Do closing brace, pop. Okay. So do opening brace, push. Then do closing brace, pop. Another closing brace, pop. Another closing brace. Now there is nothing to pop, so therefore there is an imbalance. So if by the time the expression ends the stack is empty and no more elements of the expression are left to be processed. If that happens, that means the parentheses are balanced, otherwise imbalanced. Okay. So that is how the parentheses are checked, and yes, these are real world applications. This is where stack is actually used. Okay. So there is a program to show that. And then another, evaluation of arithmetic expressions. Well, this is the primary thing. All the calculators, all the expressions, all the data processing, all the analysis, all the database, arithmetic evaluation, trigonometric evaluation, graphic, rastering, screen display, encoding, what do you call it? Encoding, decoding, and then modulation, and then modulating, encrypting, decrypting, compression, sound analysis, audio, video codec, streaming. Everything happens like using evaluation of arithmetic expressions involving stacks. Okay. Meghna, if I am not audible to you, then you do one thing. See here. Come here. Look at this. Meghna, I am telling you, Meghna. I am telling you. See this. Click. Settings. Hello. Oh, okay, good. Nice. So applications of stack. The most frequently used application where the stack is used in everyday things is evaluation of arithmetic expression. Now you know very well that all the arithmetic expressions look like this, but let me give you a surprise here. All the arithmetic expressions look like this. Suppose you have a plus b is equal to a plus b minus c. This is arithmetic expression. Okay, but let me tell you, if the arithmetic expressions are solved like this by ALU, then solving arithmetic expression will become very lengthy, time-taking, and slow. Initially, in 70s, when the calculators were first created, this is how the computers used to evaluate. But today, it doesn't work like this. This format of expressions are called infix expression because the operator is inside the operands. I repeat, it's called infix because the operator is inside the operands A and B. This type is not used by ALU for any kind of arithmetic processing. This infix has to be converted to postfix. Postfix means post means after. Operands will go after. So you have A plus B will become AB plus operand operator. Operand taken first and then operator. And for second level, this was one operand, this was another operand, this is operator. So you will have AB plus, then you will have C, then you will have minus. This is how it will be converted to postfix. Or another way is infix to prefix, where the operand will be before the operators. So operator, operand, prefix plus AB, operand, then operator. So you'll have operator C and then operand, C, operand. So it will become like this. So this is slightly complex. So this is what we have to learn first of all, that no arithmetic happens in the infix format. It has to be converted from infix to postfix or infix to prefix, either of the two. Okay. And then it will be given to ALU for expression evaluation. So we have to learn first converting infix to postfix. Then we have to learn converting from infix to prefix. Then we have to learn prefix evaluation, postfix evaluation and prefix evaluation. So these are the four things that are on the agenda for us to learn. If you see here also, we have to see conversion from infix to postfix and then evaluation, then infix to prefix, then evaluation. So this is very important step that we have to do. Okay. So that is what is highlighted in this here. So it tells you what all has to be done. This is the infix that has to be converted to postfix. Okay. Some examples. Convert the following infix expression to postfix. We have A minus B into C minus D. So we have operand and this. So it will finally convert it to operand A B minus. Here it is. This will be CD plus. There it is. CD plus. And then both will have multiply in between. So multiply come here. दिख रहा सुमित? Okay. So similarly, you have another example here. So you have convert the following infix expression to prefix. Another examples are there. You will be able to see these examples and do it. Okay. When you go to this, then you will also have some more examples and assignment also coming in this. Any queries you have, you can go to forum link and put your queries here. All queries, discussions, updates and clarification related to session in relation to stack, application of stack should be posted here. We put all the details here and we'll try to answer your queries. So let us go and see how the conversion can happen from infix to postfix. This is the first thing we have to see. I have written this with great patience during the lockdown, so I have utilized my time for you, and I also given a small algorithm where I'm trying to solve these problems for you. So I am basically not the author of this everything. मैंने अपने मन से नहीं बना दिया. I have used some references from some articles, some internet, some very valid examples, and tried to put things for here, so that you don't have to search here and there and waste time in searching something, and then spend time in learning this, and later on you realize, oh, galat सीख लिया. So everything that is put in here is exactly the proper learning curve created, that you don't have to look from pillar to post, you find everything at one place. So you'll see this, how to convert. Very first thing let me tell you is we use stack. For example, let us have a look at this and try to understand how the stacks help you solve this problem. Convert the following infix expression into postfix expression using the algorithm given above. Some algorithm given here. Okay. Let us see. You will read the algorithm and you will understand it. How this is solved and what is the use of stack. You will create a stack. Okay. Consider A. Infix character scanned A. Okay, you don't put it in the, you put it in the stack. Then you find minus. Okay, you are going to process. You have to convert from postfix to prefix. No, infix to postfix. Okay, to convert it to postfix, you start from here. A is a character which is scanned. Minus is the operator. Bracket is the operator. B is the operand. So let me create a stack and explain it to you in a simple way so that you can understand this later on yourself. Let us consider a simple expression first. We take an expression A plus B minus C, and we have to convert it to, this is infix, we have to convert it to postfix. How can stack help you? Here we create a stack, and we'll create a buffer also. This is a buffer in which this is infix. It will be converted to postfix and stored here. Okay. Start scanning. You scan A. Well, it is a operand. Put it in buffer. Plus is an operator. Put it in stack. B is a operand. Put it in buffer. The moment you have two operands and a binary operator, it's time to pop. And this is empty. Yes, who is this? Somebody want to ask something? Microphone किसने on किया? Hitesh, you want to ask something? Okay. Now this is how it works. Then you move this and this and this is processed. Now you read minus. Minus is a operator that will come in the stack. Plus is a operand that will come here. End of string, pop it and put it here. This is how it is solved. You can make it more complex. If you see this one, A minus B. So let's apply this same concept on this one now. Let us pull it down and try to solve this one. This expression here. So we have A is an operand, goes in stack. This is stack, A comes in stack. And this is going to be a buffer. Then you have minus. No, A comes here. Minus comes in the stack. Then bracket. Bracket also comes in the stack. B is a operator. So B comes here. C is a B is a operand, sorry. C is a bracket is a operator, comes here. C is a operand, comes here. Now you have binary. So you pull out. Then you have plus operator, comes here because this hasn't pulled out. Then D is opening bracket, comes here. So then you have D will come here. Percentage will come here. E will come here. Binary. दो operator हो गए. So you pull out this. Divide sign come here. It's gone. Then you have E. हो गया. Star comes here. F comes here. Bracket closing. Now the moment you see closing bracket, then pop everything that you found till the opening bracket. Pop, pop. So star gone. Opening bracket also gone. Okay. Then you have G. Divide by sign. Divide by sign comes here. G comes here. Then closing bracket. Then you moment you encounter closing bracket, pop everything till the opening bracket. So divide popped out. plus popped out, opening bracket popped out. All these things are popped out. Only minus is left. Then you have into comes here, H comes here. End of string. So star popped out, and और क्या रह गया? Minus popped out. This is going to be the postfix version of the string that you have seen. Minus star H plus divide, minus star H plus divide, G star F mod. ओ कुछ गड़बड़ कर दिया. mod पहले कैसे आ गया? कुछ गड़बड़ की है. So anyway, you will follow this. The whole stack is explained here how it grows. Okay, this is theoretical concept. What I explained to you is the basic rule that when you see a operand, put it in the buffer. When you see a operator, put it in the stack. Okay. If you find opening bracket, put it here. If you find a closing bracket, then pop everything till the opening bracket. That's the rule basically. So conversion of infix to postfix is a very important activity. If you write in your profile that you know stack, then anybody who knows stack will ask you, how will you convert a infix of expression into postfix expression? Nobody is going to ask you ever, okay, tell me how the stack works. Nobody is going to ask you that. People will ask you this, expression evaluation using stack. Or they may ask you about paths, how the paths are created using stack. That we'll discuss later. So everybody, please ensure that this particular algorithm you understand, read this, and after reading this, you must make sure that you implement this a postfix to infix expression. I have given this code here for your reference because you are not sitting in lab in front of me. Instead, you are sitting at your home. That doesn't mean that I have given this code here for you to see and read and then cheat and then copy paste. You can do that, but you will not benefit. This is for your reference. जब आप अपने आप को समझा दो कि चलो भाई हम हार गए, I have lost and I am not competent enough to write it myself. And even after implementing this, I should not get hired and should not clear it. If this is the case, then you go and copy paste this, see this code and learn it from this. Otherwise, don't look at the programming example. Look till this point, do it yourself, even if it takes 2 days, 3 days, that's not a problem, that's an achievement. But if you copy paste and run it on your code, it will work in next half an hour. So that's a half an hour wasted. It's such a kuch aur karte jayega. So I have given this for your reference, not for your reading. What you are supposed to read and understand this algorithm and this explanation that I have given. Then everything that you have listened to me in the classroom is of value. Okay. I know that I have given that solution to you, but that is like spoiling you. And but at the same time, I emphasize not to see those examples, but still they are there for your reference. Sir, this infix to postfix is happened in intermediate code generation in compilation process. It is not done in compilation process. The infix to postfix expression is not used in compilation. It is used while running. It is runtime. After the program is compiled, suppose a.out is created, then you run it. At the runtime, when an expression is given, then the ALU comes into picture to evaluate the expression. Then that expression is converted to postfix and then evaluated. Then Heather says, sir, operator की priority की देखनी होगी. नहीं, देखो ब्रैकेट हमने लगा दिए. जब हमने ब्रैकेट लगा दिए हैं तो precedence does not matter. Okay? No precedence is followed in programming. वो जो theoretical हम पढ़ते हैं ना, precedence, associativity, वो सब the moment you put brackets, all the precedence and associativity is destroyed. That is not followed. Okay? The way the things order in which the last in put into the stack and the first in popped out of the stack, operators and brackets will go inside the stack, operands will go into the expression buffer. This is the logic and this is how it is implemented. Okay? Any queries you have? I would not move ahead with another example. Any queries you have, you please ask me now, and we will continue with the more applications of stack in our next examples, where we will actually see evaluation of postfix expression and working with the infix prefix expressions as well. Okay, any doubts you can have, you can switch on your microphone now and ask me before I wind up today's session. Everybody, see to it. If you have any doubt, please ask me now. You can switch on your video and ask me now. You can switch on your audio and you can ask me your doubt if you have any. Yes, Ashish. For साहब बड़े हैंडसम लग रहे हो, हैं? क्या बात है? It's been such a while, such a long time I have not seen you. You make sure Ashish that you don't miss any session. ओके, ये सारे सेशन आपको YouTube पे भी मिल जाएंगे शाम के बाद, ठीक है? और वहाँ से आप दोबारा भी देख सकते हैं. आशीष, इस बात का खास ध्यान रखना कि जो भी आप सेशन कर रहे हो आप उसे इम्प्लीमेंट कर रहे हो, ठीक है ना? क्योंकि आपका जब से लॉकडाउन शुरू हुआ अप्रैल, मई, जून, जुलाई और आधा अगस्त, तो 4.5 महीने का गैप हो गया. ये बहुत बुरा हुआ है ना. आपके बैच के लोग अब प्लेस होने शुरू हो गए, लेकिन कोई बात नहीं, इंटरनेट की कनेक्टिविटी नहीं थी वहाँ पे. अभी तो हो गया. अभी आप बिल्कुल भी टाइम ख़राब मत करो. घड़ी देख के आपने 9 से 10 8 घंटे सो जाओ. 2 घंटे सोने के पहले, 2 घंटे सोने के बाद 12 घंटे गए. बाकी 12 घंटे तो बच गए ना. चलो उसमें से 2 घंटे और ख़राब कर दो. 10 घंटे तो काम करना है ना. अगर आप अभी से 10 घंटे रोज़ दोगे ना आशीष, तो इस साल के अंत तक मैं आपको किसी कंपनी में इंट्रोड्यूस करा पाऊँगा, ठीक है ना? नहीं तो फिर अगला साल कितना गंदा शुरू होगा सोचो. 10 घंटे आपने देने घर में सबको बता के रखो. आपके घर में तो आपके ब्रदर हैं, आपकी भाभी भी हैं, और आपके मम्मी पापा भी सारे कितने सपोर्टिव हैं, मैं तो सबको जानता हूँ, है ना? तो आप भी उन्हीं के जैसे हैं. बस 10 घंटे रोज़ देना शुरू कर दो, ठीक है ना? वंडरफुल, वेरी नाइस. और कौन है? एनी डाउट्स यू हैव अबाउट टुडेज? यस, हु इज दैट? हैदर, टेल मी. नहीं, प्रायर वो अब टाइम नहीं है. अब आप लोग खुद कर लेना. वो कुछ गड़बड़ की हमने, वो उसी की वजह से. ऊपर एल्गोरिथम भी दे रखा है मैंने, जो हमने दिखाया ना, उसमें एल्गोरिथम दे रखा है. वो कुछ हमने पुश पॉप करते हुए कुछ गड़बड़ कर दी. सो डोंट वरी अबाउट दैट, ठीक है? सो विल डू दैट. ओके. हाँ, एनीबडी एल्स? यू डू, आप इवेलुएट करो उसे. ओके, चलो, that's all I have for you today, and I'll catch you people again tomorrow morning, and we'll continue further our discussion. We'll go digging deeper into the stack. Okay, so bye bye for today, and see you guys tomorrow. Take care.